Hello students, I hope you all are doing good at home. I am Miss Anjali and this year I shall be teaching you biology and I welcome you all in my very first class of this academic session and I wish you best of luck for this new academic session. So with this, let us start our very first class. So before I start, I would like to request you all to keep your book along with you so that you will be able to understand the topic properly in a better way, and those who doesn't have book with you, all right, so you can download it. Various apps are available in Android phone. You can download it. Okay, from there you can read the chapter. So let's start our first chapter. So students, you know that this month I shall be covering two chapters, right? Chapter 1 and chapter 2. So today I'm going to start chapter 1, that is your reproduction in organisms. So reproduction chapter, this term is familiar to you, right? So here in this chapter, okay, it is based on two phenomena: lifespan and reproduction. Now before I explain you what is reproduction, what are its types, I will be explaining you what is lifespan. So let us try to understand what is lifespan. So let's get started. Lifespan. We all know that in this world, the living organisms, they take birth, correct? And then there is a time period between it, like where they grow, mature, right? And then at one point, what happened? They all die. Isn't it? Living organism, they take birth and after a certain period of time, they die. Now this time period is known as your lifespan. So you can define a lifespan as a time period, okay, a time period from birth, time period from birth to its natural death, to its natural death is called as or known as lifespan of an organism. See, there are so many organisms on earth, right? Their lifespan is different. A dog, its lifespan is not similar to the human being. A butterfly, moth, right? Wasp, honeybee, all their lifespan is different. It is not same. And the lifespan doesn't depend on the size of an organism. All right. If I give an example, say for an example, crow and a parrot. Crow and a parrot, both of them, their sizes are same, but their lifespan is not same. Crow, they survive for about 15 years, and on the other hand, parrot, they survive for around 140 to 150 years. So here you can see that how much they differ, right, in on the basis of the survival, though they are birds and they have a same size, correct? So therefore students, lifespan doesn't depend on the size of an organisms. Now this lifespan is of different types, okay? You can say number 1 is your maximum lifespan. Maximum lifespan. Second is your average lifespan. And third is your life expectancy. Now what is the difference between these three? Maximum lifespan is related to a particular species. particular spaces of a population. Say for an example, dog. All right. In a dog, suppose one of the dog, it survives for the 50 years. All right. So that would be the maximum lifespan of that particular species. It is not necessary that all dog will live for 50 years. Are you getting it? So the maximum lifespan, the survival, okay, the ability to survive of that particular species is called your maximum lifespan. Second is your average lifespan. Average lifespan is based on a population, not on an individual. Maximum lifespan is about individual. All right. Here average is for a population. Like say for an example, human being. Some human being, they survive for 40 years. Some survive for 50 years. Some survive for 60 years. Correct? And if you see the different countries, okay, the human being, their survival is different. All right. So let me tell you, the Japan, okay, the Japan, their lifespan, the human being, there is, it's higher in all. So maximum lifespan, so that is called your average lifespan, where you can say on an average what will be the survival of that species, okay, of that population. So average lifespan is based on population, not on a single person or an individual. All right. Then comes your life expectancy. Life expectancy means number of years expected that an organism will survive. Number of years. You are just expecting it. You are just assuming, okay, that this organism will survive for 15 years or 20 years or 30 years or 2 weeks or 2 days. All right. So this is your life expectancy. Average lifespan and life expectancy are two different lifespan, okay, they are not same. Average lifespan, it is based on population. Life expectancy, it is based on, or you can say, the number of years expected, okay, for an organism to survive. That is called your life expectancy. I hope this is clear to you. If you have any doubt, then you can text me. All right. So feel free to ask the question. Now moving to the next. So here you learn what is lifespan and the different types of lifespan. Correct? Now there are different stages. Okay, there are 4 stages of lifespan. 4 stages of lifespan. Now those 4 stages are juvenility, okay, then is your maturity, then is your aging, then is your senescence, and is your death. So juvenility means, if I consider a human being, the age of 10, 12 years, you can say 13, 10, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13, this age is called your juvenility. Okay? Then after that a maturity period comes, or you can say adolescence, right, where people get matured, like you can say 15, 16 or 18, 19, 20. So this is a period, right? Then aging, then after 30 years you can say that the aging starts. I'm talking about human being, okay? This differs in different organism, because all organism does not survive for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. So this phases, okay, this stage of lifespan will be different for different organisms. So then comes your aging, where people starts growing old, okay? In a human being, it starts with 30, at the age of 30 plus. Then comes your senescence, where it is almost, it get older, okay, where you can say the last stage of this lifespan. And finally what happened, at one time they dies. Okay, so death, here we are talking about birth, we are talking about death, correct? So that is necessity. Okay, when an organism dies, then a new generation will start, isn't it? So this is the four stages of lifespan, that is juvenility, maturity, aging, senescence, and finally an organism dies. All right, so here we are talking that an organism take birth and it dies, but there is one organism which never dies. So it is mentioned in your NCERT book as well. If you follow it, I think it's in page number, the very first page, okay, the starting. Okay, let us see which organism doesn't dies. So they are called single celled organisms. I hope you all are aware what single cell organisms are. See, in single cell organism, what happens? They reproduce by cell division. Okay, they keeps on growing by cell division. Say for an example, this is a cell, correct? So what happened? This is cytoplasm, this is nucleus. We all know this, the central part of a cell is called nucleus, right? Now, here what happened? This is your mother cell, okay, and it divides and it gives rise to two daughter cell. This is your cytoplasm. So again what happened? This will give rise to another two daughter cell. Again this will give rise to another two daughter cell. So it keeps on growing. So at one stage what happened? They don't die, okay, they grow older and ultimately they stop responding. All right, they stop growing. So the daughter cells, it keeps on growing further, okay, adding. So this is your exception. Sometimes in medical entrance exam also this type of question used to ask, okay, few exception question used to ask. So if it is asked that which organism never dies, so you can if there is an option of single cell organism, then you can go for single cell organisms. All right, so this is all about the lifespan. And yes, in your book, NCERT book, if you see in page number 4, okay, page number 4, can you see this? Everyone can see this, right? This is very much important, okay. Question used to come again, I'm repeating it, that in your entrance exam, okay, in your, if you are thinking of appearing your entrance exam, then you should prepare this question, okay. So I will dictate, so just write it down in your textbook. All right, elephant, so the lifespan of elephant is 60 to 90 years, okay. The one elephant survived 60 to 90 years. Rose, it is 5 to 7 years. Dog is 25 to 30 years, okay. They survive 25 to 30 years. Then butterfly, it is given 1 to 2 weeks. Then crow, it is already given here. Banana tree is 25 years. So banana tree, it survives for 25 years. If no one is cutting it down, so then it survives for 25 years. Then cow is 20 to 25 years. Parrot is 140 years. Crocodile is 60, it is given. Horse is 60 years, okay. Fruit fly, okay, this melanogaster, or you can say fruit fly or any flies, okay, they survive for 2 weeks. And rice plant is 3 to 4 months. It's very for a very the duration is very less for a rice plant. Then tortoise is 100 to 150 years, and banyan tree is 200 to 300 years. So most of the question is asked about the lifespan of tortoise, parrot, okay. Then Drosophila melanogaster, this fruit fly, about fruit fly, crocodile, elephant, okay, even sometimes for rose. So this type of question used to ask. So this is important. So just write it down. All right. I hope you all can see this. So this is all about your lifespan. So let me give you a quick revision on this, what we learned in this topic. So first we start with lifespan. So what is lifespan? It is a time period between the birth and natural death. All right. Second thing we learn about lifespan is that different organisms have different lifespan. I give you an example of a crow parrot, where it is said that lifespan doesn't based on the size of an organisms. All right. Then we learned the three types of lifespan. That is your maximum lifespan, which is related to a species, which is particularly for a species. Average lifespan is based on an average of your, you can say, of a population, whole population. Then life expectancy is number of years an organism is expected to survive. Then it includes 4 stages. First is your juvenility, then second is maturity, third is aging, fourth is senescence, and ultimately death. And one exception we learned, that single cell organisms never dies. Okay, like if you are sorry, if you are giving antibiotics or any kind of or any type of chemical, then definitely it will die. But naturally, we are talking about natural death. Okay, if a person dies due to accident, that is not considered as a natural death. All right, so we are talking about natural death. So in next we will be continuing reproduction. So I will see you in my next video.